Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. So today we'll be making ogbono. This is actually an intestine. I've already cooked this particular one. I'm making ogbono soup guys today, and I'll be using palm kernel as my oil. So this is me using my palm kernel extract. I bought this one from an African store, and I've already poured my ogbono into the plate. So I'll be mixing this up, and I'll warm it up just for like 30 seconds. So at this point, my intestine was already cooked to a certain softness that I wanted, and I'm just dishing it out. I'll be using periwinkle chicken, big crayfish, prawn, shrimp. Guys, you can use any protein of your choice. Not necessarily that you must put the same protein, but this is what I'll be using for my own ogbono soup. This ogbono soup is very special for me, guys, because I've never actually used this particular palm kernel extract for ogbono soup. I've always used normal oil, but this time around I'll be using this particular banga oil to make my soup. So at this point, I've heated it up for like 30 seconds in the microwave, and I'm just pouring it into my meat stock, guys. I'm sorry the video is not clear, but I promise you that that's what's inside the pot. So this is just me cooking this banga. I'll take my camera closer a bit so you see what is happening. So this is it. Like, I had to make sure that everything was cooked properly, stirred properly, and there are no seeds left. So just take a look at this, guys. It's already drawing at this point. And remember, guys, we're making ogbono soup. There is a rule. Oh, don't you ever cover your ogbono soup. I've heard people say, oh, I covered my ogbono soup and the thing didn't draw. On no circumstance you should cover ogbono soup, especially if it's still hot. Do not cover it. So I just added my pepper there, and that's it. I used to see people say, if you cover your ogbono soup and it doesn't draw again, that's because it's covered. When you're meant to cover your ogbono soup is when it's already cold. When I say cold, sometimes when you finish dishing it out, you feel that this is cold, that's in correct room temperature. You can now cover and put back in the can put it in the freezer or fridge as you want. Do not cover your ogbono on any time. It doesn't really matter. So on this ogbono soup, I like periwinkle so much, guys, and I'm sure you guys have seen in one of my videos. So I'll be adding periwinkle to this recipe, as in this our ogbono is very, very, very rich, baby. And me, I like testing, because I like testing it. Sometimes with your tongue, you will know when your ogbono is still feeling raw, it's not yet cooked. So I always advise you taste it. You feel the rawness in your tongue. You get me? So yes, so for those of you cooking ogbono, me, I love shaki and intestine, because of that's what we're brought up with in Nigeria. So I always like cooking my soup with mende mende. When I say mende mende, everything is inside the soup. All the protein you want to use. When I say all the protein, guys, I mean you can do anything. If you're actually using fish for this particular soup, let your fish be the second to the last. Then your last ingredient should be your leaf, your spinach, or any green you're using. Do not put your fish early because you don't want it to scatter, and you want your ogbono to be cooked properly. So take a look at my ogbono at this point. So when you've seen the shaki, the dry fish, do you know who to be and who is inside that pot of stew? When I say everybody is inside, I'll be using 3 pieces of maggi at this point. You remember, guys, I've put crayfish, my protein, and every other thing, and this is salty. So when you're adding your maggi to this food, be testing it, because sometimes all this protein, crayfish and the rest, they used to hide salt inside this thing inside them. So you have to be very careful. So always taste your food. Then I added my chicken, guys. I just love a lovely, good, delicious meal. Like, everything is drawing. This our bomo is drawing. Guys, Will you be trying this? Write in the comment section. How do you make your ogbono? At this point, I was putting my uziza. I had this uziza inside the freezer for a while. So where I used to preserve my greens are always in my freezer. Even my locust beans, I preserve everything in my freezer, guys, because it helps. It still stays fresh. So at this point, I put in my veggies. Like, this particular veggie was from Nigeria. My mom brought it for me. So it was from Nigeria. I actually called my mom to come and taste my soup. That's not my house. So I thought to taste it because sometimes you want it to hide the salt, So my mom tasted the soup and she was like, oh, you're good to go. Guys, will you be making this? See this lovely ogbono? Looking mende. That is what we call this ogbono. Went to Harvard School. I'll be eating mine with poundo. So I made poundo with it and I'll be having this. I had my mom eat this with me and my sister's kids too. It's draw, so kids love draw soup. So guys, will you be trying this? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.